First is the Midwest guinea pig habitat. This one is great for a starter kit or if you don't have too much space in your house. Although it is the bare minimum of guinea pig cages for 1 or 2 guinea pigs. So this one isn't great compared to some other cages such as the Cnc and multiple other big expandable cages. But the Midwest is good in some ways because you can combine 2 to make an extremely big space. It still doesn't beat the Cnc, but it is a great cage for a starter and it's decently priced. Second is the Cnc Cage. Now this one is hard to rate and vote because there are multiple different sizes and different amounts of panels that you can get. I have, for my setup for my guinea pigs, I have a 5 foot by 2 foot Cnc cage. I actually have the panels to do a 12 foot by 2 foot, which is absolutely huge, but I don't have the space for that. So mine is a 5 foot by 2 foot. Cnc cages are absolutely great, and they're probably one of the top cages for guinea pigs. They can't really be outdoor, but for maybe an hour while you're watching them, it should be okay if you put a roof on it. So Cnc cages, I reckon a great size for 1 or 2 guinea pigs is what I have, the 5 by 2. Or bigger. The bigger the better. If you have a 12 by 2 for 2 guinea pigs, that's absolutely great. So Cnc cages, you don't actually have to use coroplast. It's definitely recommended, but I actually don't. I just have a trestle table with some plastic on it, and then I lay down towels and fleece, and then I put on my Cnc cage. This probably isn't the best way to do it, but where I live in Australia, there is not many places and shops where you can get coroplast. So I just do it without. So Cnc cages are a great option. The third and final cage is classic pet shop cages. Now, I don't have a specific brand or name for these, but all the cages you'd see at pet shops for actually quite expensive prices. These are sold at pet shops because that's generally where most people get their guinea pigs from, and they see the cage and they think, oh, it's a good price, let's get it. But pet shop cages, they're generally just way too small. They think that if they put a low price on it, people will believe that it's a good size and that it's a good cage, which it might be good quality, but the size is never good at pet shops. Just small cages under 4 foot by 2 foot or definitely under 3 foot by 2 foot are just way too small. They're not acceptable for guinea pigs. They don't let guinea pigs run around. Maybe for a newborn baby it's alright for a little bit, but it's really not good enough for a permanent cage. Pet shop cages are just way too small. And it certainly doesn't even come close, not nearly as good as the Cnc cage. The first food item is hay, and hay is 80% of a guinea pig's diet. It's absolutely incredibly important for a guinea pig, and it's just dried grass, so it's not some fancy food. Hay should always be in a guinea pig's cage 24/7, and you should always have some in your household. It's better to have more hay than not enough. Hay is absolutely great and it helps gnaw down their guinea pig's teeth so they don't overgrow, and the nutrients is very important for a guinea pig. There are lots of animals that can live on veggies if they need to, but guinea pigs aren't like that. They have to have hay. Hay is very important and it's not too expensive. Any brand of hay should do, but Timothy hay and meadow hay is the best. Second for food is vegetables and some fruits. Vegetables are also very important for guinea pigs. They give them nutrients, vitamin C, and everything that they'll need, as well as hay and water. Vegetables, there are lots of things they can have from vegetables and fruits, and some things they can't. Some great vegetables to feed them on a day-to-day basis is silver beet, carrot, grated preferably. Sometimes you can feed them a little bit of parsley and foods like that. Don't feed them lemon because the citrus gives them an upset tummy. Small portions of orange. Apple is great for a treat, but no seeds. And lots of vegetables are great. Pick by the leaf lettuce. Any type of lettuce is good as long as it's not iceberg, because that can give them the runs. Vegetables are very important, and they're just like a fresh version of pallets. Moving on to the next food item. The third and final food item is pallets. Now, pallets may look like a bit of rat bait, but they're incredibly healthy for guinea pigs, and it provides great nutrients from vegetables and hay that they might not get if there's no food in the cage. You should always have hay in the cage, but vegetables, if you're running a little low, it's okay because pallets can help you out. Pallets I hadn't used since not too long ago, and I can see a dramatic improvement in my guinea pig's health with pallets. They love them, but you can't overfeed pallets, otherwise it can lead to some horrible, horrible things. So make sure to give them the right amount of pallets. Generally, a cup per guinea pig is good, and pallets just give them so much nutrients. There are lots of good brands, but I personally love Oxbow and from Petstock, which is an Australian, maybe American, I'm not sure, pet shop. And they have big bags of pallets that you can buy in bulk, and that's a great way to give your guinea pigs the nutrients that they need. First up for the Essential Cage accessories category is water bowls and water bottles. And these non-tip bowls from Kmart are absolutely great. With bowls, it's best to use non-tip bowls, which seem complicated, but really they're just bowls with wider bases so that your guinea pig can't tip them over and waste their food. And also, water bottles are really great because they keep your guinea pig's water clean. Some people say water bottles prevent your guinea pig from drinking, and water bottles aren't good and they're a waste of money. But water bottles really help because the water will always be clean. They can be trained well, because if your guinea pig can drink out of a bottle, it probably means they're pretty good at obeying things and getting trained well. And water bottles and bowls just make everything easier. And in these twin bowls that you can see on the screen from Kmart, I like to put in one of the sections water and in one of the sections their pellets. And the water bottles, you can have water dispensers and water bottles. I prefer water bottles, and how a water bottle works is there's a little metal ball in the little pipe, and when their tongue touches it, it releases some water. So these are pretty essential things to have in your guinea pig's cage. The second item for the Essential Cage accessories is Heidi's and tunnels. Now, there are lots of different types of Heidi's and tunnels, but the ones I like to use for Heidi's is wooden Heidi's. They work really well because they don't absorb too much mist or dirty bacteria, and they're generally quite comfortable for your guinea pigs, unlike plastic, where plastic, all the dirties and feces, the smell of that can just grow and grow and grow underneath the plastic. But with wooden Heidi's, they work really well, and I think they're quite comfy too. And for tunnels, I use PVC tunnels. And PVC tunnels They are actually pipes, but I like to call them tunnels because I use them for my guinea pigs. And the great thing about them is you can shape them however you like if you have enough pieces. And what I've done, even though they are plastic, which is not recommended, what I've done is I've drilled holes at the top and bottom so that they have a lot of drainage so that their feces and urine can drain through to their cage and not sit in the bottom. And Heidi's and tunnels are essential. Like, think of guinea pigs in the wild. They're not just going to sit out casually on the streets. They're going to want a place to hide. So that's what you want to give your guinea pigs at home. And Heidi's and tunnels is a great way to give them that.